Hey, I'm back. It's 2:17 p.m. So I figured this would probably be longer than a half hour. If not, then cool. But they want to make sure I can never rest. They want to keep me high stress and high anxiety and worried about everything. So um I don't know where to start. I was told that, well, today's supposedly the first day of winter, and I was told that today is an Illuminati ritual high day, winter solstice. So, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Okay. So this lady came and knocked on my hotel room door directly. And I wonder, well, she asked me about the case with that girl who beat me up uh, almost 3 months ago. And so I hate dealing with the courts, judges, and everything like that. So, wow. Sorry, forgive me. That the lady already took my statement over the phone, and I was told that I won't have to worry about anything. You know, I thought everything was fine from now on, but they want me to, because of fake coronavirus. They want me to do an online. I mean, not online, over the phone court appearance. They want me to do an over the phone court appearance, and on January 4th. Um, so I asked the lady, I said, how did y'all find me? I mean, she didn't want to go into detail, but she just said, we have ways of tracking people down, so she might have been a fake nice perp. Um, you know, I don't remember what her title is, but I'm feeling very nervous because I hate anything to have to do with court and anything like that, even if I know I'm right and innocent, because the police or the court judges or whatever who are gang stalking perps, you know how they do to us targeted individuals, and it's like difficult for me to fight my battle alone with no advocate. That they won't believe me or take me seriously, or they would try to act like they're heavily questioning me, and trying to provoke me to anger. You know, so it's like they want to deliberately and on purpose put me through high stress. That lady on the phone told me I had nothing to worry about, anymore, that I was fine, at least the lady asked me over the phone already. She asked me over the phone if, what was the decision that I wanted to make, um, towards the girl that beat me up. And so, she also was like, well, hey, there was a $20 bill right out, right outside right by your door, you know. So She said, I found this $20 bill right by your door. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know. Because I've been out of this room a couple of times earlier today, and I know that there was no $20 bill. So I don't know if she did that playing the game, or if another person came and yeah, I don't even know if they were eavesdropping on my conversation, on my phone conversation with me, on my YouTube videos asking for help, or I don't where did that mysterious $20 come from? But thanks anyway. You know, it's enough for a few meals, I guess. Because I was wondering, like, how was I gonna even get the money to eat lunch, dinner, or any other future meals? But we already did this over the phone, this over the phone thing or whatever. So I don't understand why they're trying to make me do it again. Um, I don't know if I should call the lady back and said that we already talked about it. I mean, I guess you know how you don't think things through a process, or you can't. You're so in such a shock, you can't think things through and process until after everything is over. You know, so because it's like she said we have ways of tracking people down, but she didn't want to exactly tell me. But I'm like, this is crazy because I was supposed to have checked out this hotel room. How did y'all find my hotel room, my exact number, and everything? And she said, oh, through utilities and hotels and stuff. We have ways of. She just kept saying we have ways of tracking people down. You know, so um, I was supposed to have checked out today, um, but you know because I have anxiety and fear about anything with court and the law and stuff like that. Police officer, anything associated with law and law enforcement or any of that, I feel like scared about. Um, very, very scared. Um, and brainwash people. I don't want to call them sheeple, but brainwash people. Well, brainwash zombies will assume that you're scared and you're running away because you're guilty of something, or there's something wrong that you must have done. You know, but I shouldn't have to feel guilty for protecting my sleep spot, you know, and trying to protect, you know, my area and everything. And um, I just wish that situation would have never happened. Hold up. Oh, I wish that situation would have never happened. And, of all people, they're ignorant and they must assume that me and my family is close. So, them contacting my family, I wish that they wouldn't try to do that. You know, I have no family. I'm my own family. Why the hell should they be responsible for me or speak on my behalf of anything at all if they got me on the streets like this and they've been abusive to me. So why the hell contact any so-called next of kin in order to manipulate us to be forced to keep in contact? I don't want to contact none of them, you know. So, they're never going to speak in my defense or on my behalf anyway. And so, um, yeah, I don't know. I just feel so trapped that I'm highly nervous about, you know, because um, 4 years ago, um, when I was sexually assaulted, and the guy came close to raping me, and I never heard of this. We ended up going to court instantly. I don't remember riding in a police car or how I even got over there. Um, but I was not allowed to say anything at all in court while that guy lied on me. And there was a black female judge, plus the so called victim advocate, was speaking against me rather than defending me and advocating for me. I was not allowed to say not one word in court while that guy lied on me. So the black female judge, I knew she was a narcissistic abuser that was highly narcissistic. I was not allowed to say one word. And when I kept trying to defend myself, they kept getting mad at me, you know, and then the victim advocate acting like a narcissistic control freak fake friend and stood me up and let me down, and she tried to get kind of personal with me, but she also acting like she didn't believe me or was trying to gaslight me. And she was supposed to be a victim advocate, but she acted tough like a cop. I am traumatized by the bully fag cops, the police and stuff like that. And the, you know I just want this situation a burden off my back, that I won't be able to even rest tonight because of feeling high anxiety um about this situation. you know um but I'm surprised they even took her to jail. But downtown Pensacola ain't really much violence like that. I mean, I was shocked to find out that this past weekend somebody got shot. Like 3 people got shot or something like that. But it was this weekend or the week before or something like that. I think it was this past weekend. No, I think it was the week before or something. Somebody got shot downtown. I'm like, what? That's unheard of. So I haven't been beaten up or assaulted in a long time, a while. Before then, the last time I was physically assaulted was when that man had the perp guy, when he slapped me, um, you know, so that was last year when I was still in New Orleans. I was in New Orleans last year. I talked about what he did on other previous videos. So yeah, that lady, I think at one point, I don't know if she did it on purpose, but it seemed like she did kind of subtle devil horns. Um, and she was fake nice. I'm calling it fake because I suspect she was a perp. I don't know if she put that $20 down there, or if not, then I wonder who it was that put that $20 down there. To let me know that you're listening in on my conversations. You know, so she said that they found the hotel I was at, but they didn't know what room. And I said, well, did you go to the front office? And she's like, yeah, that's how I was able to get your room number. You know, I never had have something like this happen before. Um, and the way she said tracking people down, like as if I'm the criminal, but and then she gave me a paper with her business card. She didn't even introduce her name, or like she didn't initially introduce her name or who she was with or anything like that. But she initially just told me a lawyer wants to speak to me or something like that. So then she gave me this paper telling me, to call, on January 4th at a certain time, and she tried to tell me that if I didn't call the number, then I would get in like trouble or something for contempt of court. And I felt embarrassed to have to ask, like, you know, what does contempt of court mean? I heard the term before, but I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to justice system and terms of law and all that. I'm pretty ignorant, you know. Um, so I do not know the system, and a lot of the law I don't know, and I'm disabled and struggle with comprehension problems. So you know, but I hate for anybody to try to falsely say that I'm suspect or guilty about something. You know how the perps are. Trying to trying to add stuff in that never happened and stuff like that. And you know, I'm glad that I'm fine. The most I had was like she beat me in the head with that. I never been like, wait, something like that. I never been beaten in the head with something like that. You know, but she was clearly demon possessed. A demon possessed fake Jehovah's Witness cult member. Um, you know, so she was a demon possessed fake Jehovah's Witness cult member, and you know, like my head didn't bleed or anything like that, but my head didn't bleed, but um all I had was like a small little scratch on my elbow and maybe my hands or something. I don't, but I did feel like the aftermath of like mild, like for the next few nights, maybe like mild, felt like shocks to my head, pretty much. But I film gang stalkers all the time, perping me, and the targeted individuals, they film the perps all the time, you know, and sometimes confront them. But you know, it's like the idea of not being able to remember every little detail, about what happened. You know, so I'm surprised in a good way. I'm surprised they took her to jail. Behind me. And I'm glad that that man stepped in and defended me against her, because she nearly succeeded at taking my phone. And you know, I don't know if she would have killed me or she would have took my life. But then random perps out of nowhere, mocking and laughing at me and making it like as if I got what I deserved. You know, even strangers that knew nothing about me, like the next morning, Alex was there to harass me. And then later on, I went to my storage unit and I was waiting for the bus, and they had a light skinned black guy with braids drive by in a big SUV and try to say, "That's why you got an ass whipping." Excuse me, can't even speak properly. So he said, "That's why you got an ass whipping," and it didn't register um until later when he said, you know, But I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place right now. Yeah, that lady trying to contact family members. I don't have family over here, but she contacted them out of state, and you know, that's not good. You know, that they want to track down my whereabouts and stuff, and then involve my family who is out of state and they don't know about this. And that's why I hate about law enforcement. Like when I got raped by the Freemason, um, the police knocked on the doors of all my neighbors, everybody in the neighborhood, questioning and asking them about me. Why? Um, and some neighbors lost respect for me and turned against me because and when one neighbor did not talk to me, she gave me the silent treatment for a whole year, over a year, because of the rape situation and by the Freemason and stuff like that. I saw how with the rape they treated me like I was the criminal, and I'm not allowed to say anything. And the detectives and the bully fat cops and all them, they all have their minds made up about me. You know, that I'm not allowed to explain myself, and you try to handle me like I'm the criminal. Um, because like the idea that you're not supposed to tell law enforcement that you had an encounter with this person because they were gang stalking you because you trying to avoid being committed to the mental hospital. Um, so that's why um I tried as best as I could to tell the whole truth without you know involving the talk about the gang stalking. I wonder what would they have done if I would have checked out this hotel, because earlier this morning somebody knocked on my door, and I don't know who it was, or I wasn't sure if they knocked on this door or another door. And so then I asked her if she knocked on, that was her that knocked on my door earlier this morning. She said that wasn't her. So I need help and advice of what's the best thing to do, y'all, in this situation. The fact that I had already had a phone um, interview or something with the lady and told her what happened and what decision should be made about the girl. And me trying to be merciful to the girl, but I heard she already had another criminal charge. I don't remember what it was, but she already had another criminal charge. Um, and it's funny how guys who rape you, you look up their names and they have like a squeaky clean criminal record, like nothing at all. The person who you've been raped by. Except the last guy who raped me had a slew of crimes, and I found out he even got arrested and went to jail, you know, for another reason after what he did to me, and even the fake TI perp that falsely calls herself targeted Madison even insinuated that I deserved to be beat up. You know, Like they just hate everything I do or say, just hate me. You know, yeah, that's what the brainwashed people believe, that because I'm feeling nervous about court and the law and the police or whatever, that I must be guilty or something. Like if I got arrested and went to jail and I was innocent of a crime and falsely accused, everybody would assume that I got what I deserve and there must have been something wrong that I've done. But you're gonna worship the this injustice system, this Masonic fake evil injustice system, you know, and I mainly called the police to get her off my back from the assault. Plus, I wasn't sure how bad my injuries were, you know. But to be beat in the head like that, and I'm surprised that, oh man, it could have been worse, but I'm glad it wasn't. But, I saw, the aftermath of what happened to Darius. They hit him on purpose. And it sounds like he's going through worse than me, you know. So it's like I have to be forced to talk to these wicked people that want to be judges and, try to play God and be judges and lawyers. And lawyers pretend to front like they're on your side and they scam you and take all your money. So they're all a part of Satan's system, not on your side, especially with you being a targeted individual. Um, and I'm hearing somebody sound like they're blasting music. I can hear the bass. Um, so, you know, the police in the law enforcement system, they're so fucking ignorant. Like they act like they're super slow and retarded, but then treat you, the victim, like you're retarded and try to handle you, like an animal. So, well, I mean, I appreciate the $20, so less starvation for me. But I'm just questioning how it got there, who put it there, and how and why, and um, that will, I mean, or if that's a message to that, not that people want to help you, but that just perps and letting you know that they're listening in. Or did she put that $20 there and then try to play it off? Oh, here's $20, you know, by your door or whatever. I mean, I don't know. She probably could have kept that for herself if she wanted to be evil enough. But you know, I kind of don't think it was her that put that there. But yeah, how did that $20 mysteriously get there? Um, so I don't want y'all to think that I'm ungrateful or anything like that. Please don't think that way, but I'm just questioning if it came from a perp or, you know, for sinister purposes and not about having my best interests at heart, or if it was from an innocent person. Um, y'all probably can be a better judge than I can on who put that $20 down there. But at least I get to eat something. But I just didn't want it being, more of the idea, and I know it's gonna keep going on, but more of the idea of perps letting me know that they're listening in. I don't think I'm talking that loud, super loud or whatever. And I know it wasn't any of these hotel neighbors in this hallway. I mean, in the hallway. So I wonder who could it have been. Um, this is creepy and scary though. Um, I don't know how to, best, but if I haven't told anybody in this building, about being hungry, I mean, I said it on YouTube, but, you know, yeah, I just hoping that it was, an innocent gesture and somebody who cared rather than, a perp just letting me know that, hey, we're listening to you, we're watching you. And if they probably gave me that cursed $20 bill, I hope not, I hope it ain't no witchcraft spell, me trying to spiritually protect myself, you know, um, but if it's an innocent, harmless $20 bill and somebody just genuinely wanted to help, well, thank you, and I appreciate it very much. But I don't know the mystery of that $20 right there. But earlier I think I was doing a video and it seemed like people were kind of standing still, like by my door, like as if they were listening. I think I even mentioned it on one of the videos earlier today, or was it yesterday or the day before or something. I don't remember when it was, but I just remember pretty recently that somebody was seemed like they were standing near my door, and it looked like more than one person. I saw, shadows of feet and shoes or whatever, But I guess this, I guess it must have been meant for me to do this video here, because I thought it was going to be shorter than 25 minutes for me to talk about what I needed to talk about. But I'm just about done, and I don't want to sound redundant or repetitive and keep, repeating the same thing, So I'm saying if my family didn't care about me all this time, why the hell would they want to speak on my behalf or anything concerning me now? And I know they would try to speak against me, speak wickedness against me in order to further have me cursed, more. Because I've said before, my family do not have a natural kind of love for me at all. That they have more respect, love, and care for enemies on the street than they do for me. I'm not playing. So, um, $20. I'm not sure if that's enough to last me until at least Thursday, but I'm still gonna need help to avoid the streets, because it's gonna be cold and rainy this week, and I need help with avoiding the streets and avoiding being hungry, because before she knocked on the, I mean, if she would have knocked on my door, I'm not sure if I would have noticed that $20 bill. So it might have been a blessing. It might have been, so because I felt like I didn't know, you know, like I have a secure roof over my head for 3 days, 3 more days, and I wasn't sure how I was gonna get any food to eat, and so ooh, my stomach was growling and feeling so miserable and uncomfortable and tortured, that I felt like, I didn't know if or how I was gonna make it, you know. So I appreciate the help, as long as help because you care, as long as that's in your heart. But I just don't want people doing stuff to me out of malice, you know. So I don't know what else to say on this topic. So but before I leave, I started earlier, even with my uh, stomach uh, feeling tortured with being hungry. Um, with my stomach feeling tortured with being hungry, I still worked on a short story to write. Um, it's related to homeless. It's one short story that's related to homelessness, targeted individuals, and Christianity, and narcissistic abuse, all in the topic. But it's not really talking about cult, but but those are all certain small little, well, not small little things, but themes in my short story. So tell me why and how. I don't have a title for the story yet, but I started working on it and just randomly off the top of my head, um, as thoughts go by. So um, I have my other set of short stories that I published them for free, but I didn't publish them on Amazon. So I guess it wouldn't make sense for me to if I haven't published for free, and then for me to try to publish them for pay. But the original versions, I'm gonna put up on Amazon, and I don't even think I'm gonna after that rejection about the gang stalking, the rejection of that book, I kind of felt a little bitter towards that free ebooks website. So I figured that if I can take my short stories and put in the authentic original version of the short stories and publish them for cheap on Amazon, because I've seen other publishers who published on free ebooks, plus they have a link to they have their own personal website that they have their books on just for free, and also some of them have an Amazon link or where you can buy the books too or whatever. But YouTubers, um, people who do YouTube, I see how, and they can be any race, um, and they have a large following. They got ads on their computer. I mean, ads on their videos, because they have high subscribers, thousands or millions of subscribers, and and they have their videos monetized. Plus, how come they can do that and have their videos monetized, and it's okay for them to put up their Cash App, PayPal, GoFundMe, or whatever, but I'm struggling for a living, struggling, to try to make a living, and you know, um, all the topics I talk about, nobody wants to hear about Christianity. Nobody wants to hear about getting saved. Nobody wants to hear about souls being saved. Nobody wants to hear about you know, cults. Unless you're a sincere Christian, those are the only ones who want to hear about cults. Um, People don't want to hear about cults, gang stalking, Christianity, and stuff like that. But I see a lot of people talk about narcissistic abuse. And I kind of feel a little messed over by Amazon that they put my narcissistic abuse um book in the teens category. when I really, meant for it to be, everybody to read, and so, and I don't know because I didn't look, but I'm hoping that they didn't shorten my book or shorten my words as part of the gang stalking, but the gang stalking ebook, they had, all of the pages there because, I try to make the words bigger in the narcissistic abuse book, but I don't know if it was condensed to 14 pages. If they shortened the font, the typing. So, as I said, um, I'd rather just write from the heart and write from my emotions and write how I'm feeling rather than somebody trying to dictate, you know, how my grammar should be. If you, I mean, or if I'm not allowed to use slang or this and that. So that's why I figure I'm gonna go ahead and just publish the original of the the publish the original of the ebook. I mean the short stories. But you know what? Um yeah, because well, I don't even know how much I should charge, but I know some people will leave it up to me. You know, but it's like no matter what I write about, people don't want to listen anyway. If I wrote about something that was perverted or satanic, y'all will have a problem with that too, but I don't want to do that. I'm talking about if I were to promote that, but I don't want to do that. But, I might talk about something that's evil, but I don't glorify or embrace it. And there'll be like an incident that happened in the story, but, you know, I never want to glorify or embrace evil in my books. You know, like in the big fiction book that I haven't worked on that in a while, but in the big fiction book that I have been working on, I in the big fiction book I had let me think. My mind is in the big fiction book that I have been working on. I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, okay, I remember the big fiction book that I have been working on. It would talk about instances of evil and bad stuff going on, but that's to bring from darkness to light and their journey from ignorance and evil and be brought out of the ignorance and evil and then turned over to Jesus Christ and then suffering persecution, being targeted, gang stalked and stuff like that. So um and I kind of switched the names out, on certain short stories and the books or whatever, for personal reasons, or maybe I didn't like those names and figure that, I prefer choose a different name. But I've been using this baby names app to choose out the names of the characters and stuff like that of my ebooks and stuff. So I'm gonna I'm hoping I can do that to get to publish. Just go ahead because it's ready, just about ready. So if I can just publish the and I had been saying I was gonna do that. If I can just publish the first volume of short stories and put it on Amazon, the originals, without the editing and fake clean version. So so yeah. Well, it's like I'm trying as a Christian to try to better myself, trying to improve myself, and situations like, see, they wait till they walk right by my door and scream just now. You heard that? So yeah, I'm trying to not feel discouraged from what just from earlier. Trying to not feel discouraged and trying to not give up, and trying to still stay up and try to keep fighting. Um, and trying to not let this so-called demonic law enforcement, you know, put me in fear and try to twist my words or manipulate me, or act like narcissistic abusers and not allow me to explain myself, with them having their minds made up about me and stuff like that. Excuse me. So I already told the lady on the phone about pressing charges against the girl, and the final decision to make, and I thought that was that. So if I would have thought earlier, like, it didn't come to my mind until after she left. And so I don't know, maybe I have to call her and ask her, why am I forced to do this again after we already talked to somebody on the phone. It was a foreign lady. She wasn't Hispanic, but she was from a different foreign country, who I talked to. So, you know, yeah. So I don't know. Um, because the lady on the phone, she said that the girl who beat me up, that she was aware and admitted that she did, she confessed and admitted that she did put her hands on me and beat me up and stuff. And even now, I guess I remember the biggest things that happened, but I don't remember every minute little detail. And so, I don't want the freaking courts to be asking me, like, what I ate for dinner the previous night before the incident and all that. They don't need to know all that. You know, that's like what happened with the rape. They wanted to know what I did, what I was doing, and who I was hanging with, or whatever the night before. I went to the fake Hell's Way church and went straight to church, and then went straight home. So, like, they wanted to know what I did before the rape and during the rape and stuff that has nothing to do with it. But, like, say for example, what happened with the at Whataburger last year. I bet you if I try to go there, they'll still try to run me off or kick me out. But what happened at Whataburger last year? Um, well, I try to call on the phone and I try to tell from the beginning what happened. And they didn't want to hear anything about what happened from the beginning, but they only want to hear what happened that day, at that moment. I'm like, well, if I tell you what's going on, what just happened that day, it's not going to make sense to you, you know. But the rape situation was a different story because I wasn't associated with the rapist the night before. You get what I mean? But when I called Whataburger hotline, and they still gave me the runaround, and nobody helped me. But the previous incidents were associated with those perps, those people. But you can't ask me about what happened the night before a rape if I was not associated with the rapist. And they want to ask me what I was wearing, and all these freaking questions. And you know they asked me, why did I let him in my house? you know but it's like they didn't go after him and be like, why did you try to take advantage of a disabled person? So, um, I didn't want to let him in my house, but psychological and mental coercion with narcissistic abuse and sociopaths and everything. That's the Freemason guy who raped me. There is a such thing as coercive manipulation. And those racist pigs on Yahoo Answers try to get mad and try to say there's a difference between manipulation and force. And I'm like, okay, well, what's the difference? You know, so then I Google search and I realized there's a such thing as coercive manipulation. You know, yeah. So on all of this right now, help me, y'all. I'm scared. You know, so I'm gonna go now, and any advice as a targeted individual in this situation, what should I do? I don't know what to do. Um, I'm really scared and don't know what to do. Um, I don't know what's the best advice or the best thing to do in this situation, this whole legal situation right here. I just want them out of my hair. So thanks for listening, and I still need um, financial donations and help to stay off the streets. Um, Whatever y'all can spare, please. I don't care if y'all judge and condemn me, because it's about my survival. And other people need help too. It's about their survival too. But as I said, people can have a high amount of subscribers and have their channel monetized, plus ask for Cash App and stuff like that. And nobody calls them greedy. And they have houses, cars. They don't need anything, but they already have houses, cars, or whatever. And all they do is sit around and gossip about celebrities all day. Um, you know, and people love to hear that. But they think you don't even deserve a sip of water if you're trying to bring the truth to others. So thanks for listening, and I'll see y'all later. And I love y'all, and bye.